sure you keep up with all the new content on Gaming for XP. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and we'll let you know once we've uploaded anything that's new. See ya! Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the final build at Cuttlers Bend. Yes, people, this is the very last thing we're going to do for this settlement. We started this build way back at the start of March. In fact, I started building kind of late December, early January, so it's been a kind of 6-month project almost to get to this point. What I'm going to show you today is something that you can use in your settlements as a kind of gap filler for a space like this. And the idea, I've used this before in my trailer park build. That's where I first came up with it. You can make these little buildings into anything you like, and you'll see what I mean as we go through the build. It's a pretty quick little build, little tour, and then we are done, guys. We are done for this build. I have come in and done a bit of tweaking here and there, but essentially this is the last thing I'm going to show you. So we're going to use these box cars, and you want the one that has the filled in back. It takes a while for me to get these two into place, and it's very simple. Just drop these in, and we might we'll put another one in there, but I think we're going to go for a different color. I'm just kind of figuring out whether it's going to fit in there or not. Trying to get this as far, and I spend a bit of time just playing around with this to get it as far back as possible, so I can get the other one in without the tree sticking through. That's basically what I want to do, and getting the angle right. So it takes a bit of, a little bit of time just to get things sorted here, but like I said, this is a quick, it's almost a quick build, this. And you can angle them in, and you could do a whole row of these if you really wanted to, and it's kind of nice alternative, just trying to get the heights right and everything like that, because you know, because that's what I do. That's what I do. So yeah, it's been a long process, this build. This it gives you some idea how long it actually physically takes to not in Fallout time, in real time, to get something like this made. I didn't realise, and this is a small settlement for me, so yeah. Thank you for all the support. I know it's been well supported, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that people are getting a little bit, let's get to the end on this. So like I said, we are close to the end, so I'm going to throw these pieces in from the warehouse tab, and you can see they're fairly soft, so they kind of blend into each other, which is ideal for what I want to do here. Okay, just making sure that's all looking good from the back, it's not clipping through anything, and it's all good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of supports in here, and this is an idea I came up with when I was actually running around repairing Sunshine Tidings, because as a lot of you will know, I lost a couple of mods when I done a reboot of Fallout, and when I went back to Sunshine Tidings and I was talking about fixing up the Commonwealth Sunshine Tidings, there was a few things missing, so I had to go back and rejig a few things in that settlement before we do the tour there. And so this is an idea I came up with when I was doing that kind of rejigging and looking for alternative ways of doing things. Initially I start with these poles. I think I'll do something completely different in the end, but never mind. That's not unusual for me to do that. And basically these are going to fit right in there as kind of as supports. Now this is using Toys at the Pram supports, beams and posts, or posts, beams, supports. You know, I always get it wrong, guys. I'm consistent at least. And so I'm just flicking through and see what we have. So this small one, I think actually look, this one. So I don't want it to look too substantial. I want it to look fairly kind of like they've just got a tree branch or something. And I just chuck them in. So these look good. The biggest drama I have here is the height, because we're on a little bit of a slope there. Matching up the heights is a bit of a nightmare, but we get there. We get there. So warning, there's some major faffage coming on with me mucking around with these poles, and I may well just cut it out actually because you don't need to see it. There we go. Look at that. Never seen a thing. Perfect. The biggest drama you will have though by doing this is finding something to fit in that gap there, and I'm glad to say I come up with some. See, I'm still not happy with that, the height of that, but anyway, I do actually explore some menus and come up with something better than I start with. So here we go. Put that up there roughly. I'm eyeballing that so it's about the same height. Yep, that's much better. And you can see then all you have to do is then just put something in there to fill the gap pretty much. But sounds simple. Finding something that will actually fit can be a problem, as you're about to see. So this is a nice little idea you can use in your own settlements. This is again toys at the pram, lots of these things. See, that's not quite long enough, but on the side, yep, perfect. So we might just put that in there for the side, and then we'll have to come up with some alternatives. See, I try scaling it, no, scaling it up, no, up. Oh, that's okay, so I've scaled it down because it's a bit too long there. And it should just slot in there like that. Coming up with alternatives is good because it makes you really work hard to find something to fit in there. Now, I could scale that up, but then it's going to get taller, and I really don't want it any taller. See, look at that. No, that's quite work. Yeah, right. What else can I? And at this point, I'm thinking, what can I use? What have I got in my arsenal? Do we go to old stairs, ladders, and ramps? Maybe one of those would fit. Yeah, not too long. What about the little one? The little one's too short. Yeah, that's not good. That doesn't work. Next. So you can see eventually I'll come up, I'll go, oh, okay, oh, hang on, these look a bit interesting. Here we go. And look at that, that actually fits perfectly in there. Absolutely spot on. So see, this is what will improve your building, is when you're designing this kind of stuff and you have to go away and find something to fit in a particular gap, and suddenly you find all this new stuff that you didn't even know existed, that you've never used before. And I love that about this game, and I love that about the building process, because it really does give you scope for new looks. So there you go, and that will should just sit in there like that. There we go, little veranda area. Yep, it's a bit taller, and so we're just going to nudge it down a fraction. Oh, we're going to snap. That's probably a little bit taller on the right hand than the left hand. Yeah, OCD obviously did not kick in at this point, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And the only other thing we got to do is find some way of getting up there. And again, this is from the master plan series: stairs, ladders, and ramps. And there we go. Beautiful. Done. And there you go, guys. That's as simple as it is, and the rest is pretty much all decoration. So nice little idea, and you'll see what we kind of come up with as far as what we use it for in a sec. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I used it for originally in the trailer park builds. If you haven't seen those builds, they were quite a while ago. Go back. I done a big trailer park at Starlight. If you haven't seen that, I'll probably link the tour for you about now, and you can go and have a look at that. I think there was about 4 or 5 videos before the tour, so if you want to see the build process, feel free to do that. But if not, I'll link the tour and you can have a wee gander at that. So originally I made this a little workshop area, and you can make these into anything, and you'll see in the final tour the one to our left right now. becomes something else. So just doing it, showing you a little bit of decoration, just throwing in courtesy of Creative Clutter. Love this mod, absolutely love it, even though I do put the sink backwards, but we get there. These benches are great, and they're different to anything you see in the game. Obviously they are in the game because they would have taken them from the assets, but you can get quite a lot into a confined little space in actual fact. The only thing is I put railings in so I don't fall off, so I'm looking behind me going, how come I can't move? But you can just, you know, decorate to your heart's content. And what I like about these tables from Creative Clutter is that they will give you things that snap onto them, but you can actually just put other things on as well. You'll see in a sec. There we go. Angle that a wee bit. So you'll see in a sec, once I stop faffing around with this tool chest. You've got to get the placement right, people. It's got to be right. There we go. And you can actually drop things onto the table, and I like that about this. See, that can just sit up there. A lot of items that you get with some of the building mods, but you can't do this. They won't allow you to do it for some reason. So thank you to the mod developers, creators of Creative Clutter. I love your mod. It saves me so much time because I'm lazy at decorating, and so that saves me so much time. Enough decorating from me. We're going to transition into the tour. It's a quick little video today, but I thought it was fitting. And it was just bothering me, this corner needed some work. So here's the tour, guys, and you can see it's changed a fair bit. I've added a whole lot of crap in there. Whole lot of rubbish, whole lot of trash. But it all kind of sort of works. And I realised we haven't got a barber or a hairdressers in the settlement, and one of my viewers actually just suggested it the other day for something else, so I thought I would just put a little hairdressers in. And like I said, you can make these into whatever you want. You could do a whole series of shops using this technique, and I kind of like that it's kind of not even. So there you go, guys. The last build, Cutler's Bend, is done. Yay! So next time you join us, we'll have the final tour. Thanks for watching the channel, thanks for supporting us, and we'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya!